Well, that's one fine-looking barbecue pit. Why doesn't mine look like that? Right!
Hello, my name is Kurt and you're watching Anime Basic. Now over the years, anime has gotten more and more popular as interest in it as a medium has expanded worldwide. But, like anything successful, companies are always going to try and expand to other kinds of markets. What if some people don't like animated movies or TV shows? How are you going to try and get them to watch anime? Well, one way is to make it live action. As anime has gotten more and more popular and certain series have found their way into the public eye, we have seen an influx of live action anime movies and TV shows. Anime like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Ghost in the Shell, Tokyo Ghoul, and even Mob Psycho 100 have gotten live action adaptations. Subscribe for future videos on those ones, by the way. But what is one of the most popular anime in recent memory? Well, that would be Attack on Titan, of course. Back in 2015, when it had been 2 years since the first season of Attack on Titan had taken the world by storm, Toho released the live-action Attack on Titan film in 2 parts. Now, I didn't start watching Attack on Titan until 2020, when I binged every episode available at that point. So back in 2015, I hadn't seen the first season of the anime, or read the manga, or anything. I knew people who were big fans of the anime, however, and had booked tickets to see the first part of the movie. A week after the film had come out, I asked them how it was. Their always cheerful face turned into one of pure disgust. Obviously, this thing was bad. They never even bothered to go and see the second part. But jump to 2021. I'm sure there are more people watching Attack on Titan now more than ever, especially with the second part of the final season coming out in January 2022. I'm sure there are plenty of people who don't even know this live-action adaptation of Attack on Titan exists. And I'm about to present them with a harsh reality. It does. So, I watched the live-action Attack on Titan movies so you don't have to. I was originally going to separate my thoughts on the 2 movies, but a lot of my issues are present in both films, so I'll lump all of those together. Cool? Great.
This sucks.
Right off the bat, the main characters are unrecognizable and are missing some of their character traits. The movie doesn't start with Eren, Mikasa, and Armin as kids, it just jumps right into them as young adults. The setting is not the same as the anime, it's not in the same kind of area, and it doesn't even seem to be in a similar kind of time period. The anime seems to have technology from around the 18th and 19th centuries, but the live action setting is like post-apocalyptic 20th century. It has a completely different kind of feel to it. The Titans are seen as a myth, not a confirmed threat, unlike in the anime, where scouts would actually go on missions and fight them to make sure they stay away from the wall. And speaking of Titans, some of the visual effects look truly awful. The Titans look good in stills, but look fucking horrendous in motion. Now, I watched these movies on a 65-inch QLED TV. I can't even imagine how bad they looked in cinemas. Now, the scouts didn't already exist in the beginning of these films, so I would have understood there being no Levi because of that. But once the scouts are formed and the movie has a time skip, he never appears. Levi! Except for Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, I would argue he is the next most important character to have in Attack on Titan. Speaking of scouts, the scout training is completely skipped over. I understand it's a movie, so they need to keep things tight, but at least give us like a 30-second montage or something. You remember earlier how I mentioned that our main characters were missing some character traits? Well, other characters have all of their character traits, only their names are changed. Instead of Hannah, we get Lil. Instead of Hanji, we get Hans. And instead of Hans, we get Suda. Now, if by now you are wondering, hey, he hasn't mentioned Reiner or Bertholdt yet, it is for a very good reason. They're not in the fucking movie either. Now, big spoiler for the first 2 seasons of Attack on Titan, Reiner and Bertholdt are the Armored Titan and Colossal Titan. They are major secret antagonists for the first couple of seasons, and the writers for this movie were just like, yeah, nah, don't put those beloved characters who are important to the story in the movie. Let's make original characters who do the same thing, eh? Now I'm just gonna say it, point blank. The acting is B-A-D bad. There is so much overacting going on, especially that combined with the shitty visuals made these movies very difficult to watch. So much so that I had to watch both movies, which is about 3 hours of runtime, over multiple days. Pretty sure if you forced someone to watch both movies back to back in one sitting, it would be considered cruel and unusual punishment. Onto the Titans. They don't feel terrifying like they do in the anime, and very few Titans actually look like Titans. Most of them just look like big naked people. Also, there is a straight up baby Titan, despite that not making any sense with the Titans' origins in the anime and manga. Now, this could have been potentially defended as just different lore existing in the world of the live-action Attack on Titan movies. But in the second movie, the Titans' origins are revealed, and while it doesn't match the anime, the Titan baby still makes no sense with their new lore. They had a chance and fucked it up. No point in the movies do I ever buy it. I don't get wrapped up in this world like a good movie or TV show does to people. I don't see a world that existed before or after the movie. All I see are obvious sets, CGI, and a film lot. I'm going to talk a bit more about the visuals. I thought the use of ODM gear would be cool, but because of the shitty effects, it just looks goofy. And at the end of the movie, Titan Eren is fighting the other Titans, but all I can see is a man in a rubber suit punching nothing in a Power Rangers mini-city diorama. The screen is constantly covered in CGI blood spatters that look awful, and the digital blood effects look shitty in general. Now I'm going to talk about a couple more story elements I take issue with. Eren's parents are dead at the start of the first movie, and we know they didn't die to the Titans because nobody thinks they exist until they bust through the wall at the start of the first movie. So Eren has no real hatred of the Titans, which is his initial driving force in the anime. Also, because their childhood isn't shown, we as an audience have no reason to buy into Eren and Mikasa having a strong relationship, since that was built during their childhood. Now that I've spoken about all of the bad things with the live-action Attack on Titan movies, I'm going to do the fair thing and talk about everything I liked. It has one admittedly cool looking scene at the end of the second movie when Mikasa catches Eren in slow motion. That's it. Yes, really. I only like one thing about the 3-hour ordeal, and it's like a 3-second scene at the end of the second movie. Well, that's all I have to say about the live-action Attack on Titan movies. This video is all over the place, but so are these fucking movies, so it's fitting. Now, if I have to think about these movies anymore, I'm sure to go brain dead. Thank you to anyone who watched this video, and a big thank you to those of you who made it to the end. If you made it to the end of this video, let me know in the comments down below. Any likes are appreciated, and I ask you to please consider subscribing. My name is Kurt, you've been watching Anime Basic, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya!